I stay high flying through smoke clouds. Smoke clouds, I knew my worth, that's why I spoke loud. Spoke loud, I'm in the ocean, don't rock my boat now. Boat now, so much emotion, come get a quote now. A quote now. I stay high flying through smoke clouds. Smoke clouds, I knew my worth, that's why I spoke loud. I spoke loud, I'm in the ocean, don't rock my boat now. A boat now, so much emotion, come get a quote now. A quote now.
Yeah, I be smoking Vannas, drinking Dom P, thinking beyond deeper than Gandhi. While I'm on the yacht, counting G's, smoking trees. I'm about to be a billionaire, dipped in fresh gear, flicking $100 bills in the air. Bogard and Triangle, they getting money too. It's what we do. Provide for our families like the Kennedys and the Carters do. Like Sean and B, rhyme with D. Greatest of the all time, like Mike Tyson, Jordan, Jackson, in they prime. Y'all haters still can't take our shine, shine, shine. Like every day of my life, I stay high, floating through them smoke clouds, creek.
I stay high flying through smoke clouds. Smoke clouds, I knew my worth, that's why I spoke loud. Spoke loud, I'm in the ocean, don't rock my boat now. Boat now, so much emotion, come get a quote now. A quote now. I stay high flying through smoke clouds. Smoke clouds, I knew my worth, that's why I spoke loud. I spoke loud, I'm in the ocean, don't rock my boat now. A boat now, so much emotion, come get a quote now. A quote now. Slow and low like the chorus, smoke a forest like a wildfire. Sip on liquors in between, feeling like the golden child. Going up on some golden suds, rolling up on some potent bud. It's a daily situation where we come from. If you really know what's up, then you would get some. But no knots do not beat the same drum. I prefer cognac, but I will take rum. I prefer IPA, but I will go bud. Anything goes in the San Jose slums. San Jose slums, this shit is better than hot. Man, this shit is well done, done. 808 kick drums make the girlies get done. This is the new drink, it's smoke and smoke anthem.
They call Bogard Scott free when they want smoke. I ain't talking about beef, I'm talking about that dope. Shipping out peas, flying elbows. No wrestling, but we off the top rope. Work fresh off the boat, packs on the plane. Then we back on the road, going state to state. Money, pussy, good weed, all I need in life. Call it blasphemous, I get stoned like Jesus Christ. As the Lord he'll vouch that we bout scratch. Who hear the noise, me and my boys pushing loud packs. Getting hot till my day ends. Cheaper apes, the day Carpe Diem. Every day of my life, I get high, I get high. Every day of my life, I get high. It's beautiful. Scott, Prime. First off, I'm always in pocket. I'm more cocky than arrogant when I rock it. I'm like a funky experiment they concocted. But now I'm kamikaze in the cockpit. Pause. Fuck the game on my cock stiff. Fuck your side and your main for pillow talking. What part of the game is this? Is no code. I can't believe that it came to this. No hose barred, Bogard Scott free. I brought the block. No carbon copy, the one and only we rock. I heard the view is sick, but it's lonely at the top. Push work, steady working against the hands on the clock. I keep my head tilt, in case anybody watching, I ain't trying to get pilt. In case anybody talking, anybody gut spilt. Best believe I'm plotting, best believe blood spilt. Get body, get killed. I'm always on some fuck how you felt. Cause when you push soft, can be soft like felt. Shining dipped in water like Phelps. Meanwhile they still crying over spilt milk. Such a shame though. One of the many reasons why me and you ain't the same though. Go get her, I'm leaving with what I came for. No lactose, milk and shit, burn the sand hoe. Mooey.
Yeah, you know. What up, though? You got Herb Gotti, Herb the Block, Herb whatever you wanna call me. What's up, Bogard? Here we go. To be the shit on the MIC, it takes more than the dope beat. But goddamn, my man, you fucking did it again. Prime one fam, banging from here.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. 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 Yeah, plain Bogard. You know what I'm saying? Those of y'all that know, Luigi usually hosts this spot. But for now, I'm playing Bogey. Keep my hat tilt so nobody see me. You know what I'm saying? Bars on that joint, Bree. You feel me? Anyways, I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying? We taking y'all to Playmakers University. Oh, I see I fucked it up already. Take two. Start the show over. No, just keep going? Okay. Running Back University. That's what the Q said. All right. And we're taking them to Running Back University. And I got a whole bunch of professors here tonight. First of all, the most notorious professor in the fantasy industry. It's our man, the Fantasy Hustler. You suck.
We're bringing the intensity, the integrity, and the intelligence back to Running Back You.
Yeah, that's on my Letterman. You know what I mean? With the pleather. You know what I mean? They didn't know about the pleather, did they? You know what I mean? Shout out to Pops from the Wayans. You know what I mean? Polyester and pleather was his bag.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
but check this out. Speaking of bag, it's a man that knows how to get to the bag and bring you all the isms from A to Z. I mean, you can't spell isms without Z or J or D. It's our man representing the Heart Star Fantasy, JD. Yeah.
What it do, man? It's motherfucking Wednesday. You already know what it is, man. It's Playmaker Wednesday. Fuck Hump Day. You know, we changed it up a little bit. We coming to y'all a little bit early, you know what I mean? But, you know, that just shows that the grind don't stop, man. You know, it could be a designated time, but shit pop off, you know what I mean? You got to adjust, you know, when Peyton Manning get to calling Omaha and all that type of all, you know, blue 45s and red, you know what I mean, mate? Hey, when the quarterback say, man, this what we doing, man, because we trying to bring that shit home. So, yeah, man, we finna bring the most important position to me in fantasy football is the running back. You know what I mean? Let's get it, man. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? And talk about someone who's one of the more important positions on the Playmakers podcast, representing an entire nation of gurus. It's the guru, Spencer, the guru. Yeah. Playing bogeys on fire.
What's happening, Playmakers? Spencer the Guru back at y'all, ready for early Playmakers episode, but we already know we're bringing the heat. Running back you. Let's get it, boys.
Yeah. We're going to Running Back you. We're taking y'all from the freshman to sophomore to junior to senior class and some alumni here on Playmakers. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for tuning in. You know what I mean? I'm going to let Hustler. Who we got in here?
Well, you know what we like to do? We always like to check out the crop of freshman chicks, you know, first. And so we're starting off with the Breece Halls of the world, Ken Walker. We got James Cook in there. We got Rashad White, Davis Price, Robinson, Pierce, Spiller, Strong, Haskins, Algier, Snoop Connor. We got a bunch of we got a bunch of nice looking
here.
Yeah, Abram Smith.
Laquandre White.
Kevin
Deshaun
Harris.
Corbin. Yeah,
I come to find myself to have a lot of Kevin Harris on my taxi spots.
Is that the New England back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that I've been gravitating to a lot.
Wait, which one? The first one that they drafted or the second one?
The second one.
The second one. Strong Pierre. Strong was
first,
their
yeah.
first one. Yeah. But I tell y'all this, outside of Hall and Walker, it doesn't look like a whole lot of elite options, but there's a lot of potential options here. There's a lot of names that could be something. It's just going to be hard to figure them out, but, you know, that's what we're here for, to dissect it and see which ones are going to pop and which ones are going to flunk out.
Okay, so
so James asked real quick. He said, who's going to be the first waiver savvy RB? And he thinks it's going to be Algier to start the year.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I mean, we'll go straight to Algier with that comment, is that Algier even though he's a 5th round draft capital, it's Corduroy Pimpin, who's the converted receiver to running back, utility guy, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Damian
Williams. Yeah, that's about it.
Basically just a depth piece at this point. You know what I mean? In his heyday, he ran a 4.4 whatnot, but also he's a big dude, like 220, but he got a lot of injury history, so he's just a backup. So here's Tyler Algier. And Tyler Algier, he's a big fucker, bro. If somebody wants to let me know how, he's the closest thing physically that Arthur Smith has had since he's had Derrick Henry. So, that's probably the excitement that I would have, is that like he's a Derrick Henry-esque. Not talking about skills or anything like that. I'm talking about how he's built, size and weight, because that's what they want to do with Arthur Smith, is run a power run game, and they haven't been able to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Algier, he's got some size to him. He's not as tall, or he's not nearly as tall as Henry. He's only 5'11", but he weighs 220, so he's a thick 220, a thick runner, powerful, even though he's not as tall as Henry.
Yeah, but 2, 3, whatever Derrick Henry is.
Yeah, Henry's 6'4", 247. So that's freaking, or 6'3", but yeah, still he's fucking tall and thick. So yeah, Algier ain't gonna be Derrick Henry, but he's definitely somebody that could get a lot of early down work over there. And if something would happen to Corduroy to Pimp, then he might end up in a 3-down role just by default because they don't have anybody else.
Yeah.
And
shout out to everyone in the chat. We're going to be asking a lot of questions along the way, so make sure you throw your answers in the chat. We'll throw them up here. We're going to be going through like class president, class clown, a few of those, and then a couple what if scenarios.
Okay, so how high are we taking Breece Hall? Give me single QB, 12 team. Where are you comfortable taking Breece Hall?
212, 3-1 turn, bro.
Mid-third,
him high.
Mid-third, especially if I'm going, having him as my third running back, definitely right off the rip, 3 straight. Yeah, I'm definitely comfortable with that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another reason, because I believe in Michael Carter as well too. Though the game script gonna have him down a lot, even though we seen running backs on terrible teams have produced, but I still think that Michael Carter is gonna have somewhat value. In this system, just based on his receiving threat. For sure.
And so James, he says 5th. And I'm kind of with that. We're talking redraft, not dynasty.
Yeah.
And if it's a first round running back, like 20-ish, top 20, maybe I'll be fucking with them heavy, but I'm just not going to take Breece at like the price that he's going for. He's going to be hyped like throughout this entire time.
He might fuck around and be on that 4-5 turnaround area.
Yeah, he might.
No, but you said single QB.
Yeah, I know. I'm
talking single QB 5th.
I know, but I'm saying,
Hus, he won't be owning any Breece Hall.
No, 0.
You gotta have 0 Breece.
Yeah.
5th round, he is not gonna be available.
He's not falling to the
because I like what JD said. If I got him as my number 3, but I don't know if I'm cracking off 3 in the top 3 rounds. So that's what it would come down to.
Yeah. Okay. What about Chris Carson? We said it's on a news show. He didn't retire.
Retired, yeah.
Right? It was kind of forced it on him. But also there was, a world where it'd be like, damn, that could be annoying if he's like getting sprinkled in. He's gone now. And Penny's still the starter as we speak. But so how are we viewing Ken Walker right now?
He's got value. He's gonna get touches.
100%.
we seen Penny's track record. There's a possibility that he do play all 17 games or even 14. There's definitely a possibility, but they're not gonna want to just give him 25 touches a game and just ride it out on him when they just took this boy in the 2nd round, of this year draft. So he's definitely gonna get some touches. It's just like how we was just talking about the last running back. If the person in front of him go down, his pathway to being an RB1 or RB2 is highly, it's way easier because of the injury, for sure.
Yeah, I can tell you all this. I think Kenneth Walker is going to end up a better value than Breece Hall. Obviously prefer Breece Hall, but yeah, Walker, you could probably get him in like the 6th round or so in single QB, and he's somebody we all know Rashad Penny's going to die. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and when that happens, Ken Walker is going to be at least a RB2. I know the offensive line sucks, but with the way Pete Carroll loves to run the rock and control the clock and all that shit, like they that old school mentality to where Kenneth Walker is a good fit in that system because he's not a great receiving threat, but he's more of a pure runner, probably a better pure runner than Breece Hall. So I'm thinking he exceeds expectations, and unless by some miracle Rashad Penny stays healthy, and that would have to be like, I'd say the odds of Rashad Penny staying healthy is worse than winning the fucking lottery. So Ken Walker to the moon.
And in Superflex, I mean, you're going to be able to get Ken Walker somewhere between the 8th and the 10th round, just depending on how low, people value him in those leagues. And so that I love the value that we're going to get.
I end up with a lot of Ken Walker, way more than Breece Hall in these redraft scenarios because of how late Ken Walker goes. You know what I mean?
So let's get into the class clown. Who do we think is going to be the class clown of the freshman class? And I would just say the guy who's going to be overdrafted, who doesn't live up to the expectations. And we're talking about
Breezy.
Greasy.
I mean, for me, that's who I'm saying. I think that, yeah,
he's greasy.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, I guess as far as ADP, like
Clock in the house. He said, "What up, guys? Give me all the
Clock.
Ken
What's up,
Walker."
Clock been up.
I actually,
Yeah, I'm gonna go
my
James
dog.
Cook, bruh.
Shout
Only
out to
thing
Clock.
is, I think that James Cook, if Singletary is looking any way that he looked down towards the stretch and going into the playoffs and the playoff run, and he's carrying that momentum into camp as we speak right now, you know what I mean? And with Zach Moss not being able to show no threat to Singletary,
anybody
there might not be no, people are trying to take James Cook thinking he's just finna come in and be a Kamara-like type, or even like a fucking Austin Eckler when Eckler was only doing 700. You know what I mean? Something like that. That's what you hoping for if you pushing him up into the single digit rounds, especially if you're trying to aim him 7th, 8th round. That's what you're hoping for. You know what I mean? So, and Devin Singletary and Cook got to be going around the same spot.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Cook's really tempting. I'm not going to call him the class clown because I think there's a path to him being at least a RB2. But I see JD's point in that. I sometimes see Cook going too high because it's like, he's not that great of a runner. So it's like he's dependent so much on the receptions, and if the Bills are winning, and kind of like I think he'll be better than Hines. I do think he'll be better than Hines, but yeah, it is similar in that regard. And that it's somebody that it's going to be very game script dependent.
And mostly a PPR like style.
I'll say,
yeah, but the Cook hype is real too, though, bro.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, that Cook hype is fucking real, dog.
I feel like
I'm not buying into it because, all the Dalvin Cook stuff, he's nowhere near what Dalvin Cook was, and he might not even be a second round guy if his last name isn't Cook and he's not Dalvin Cook's brother. So,
what if his name was Alvin Cook?
It doesn't matter what his first name is, it matters what his last name is.
I do this show better when I'm on
the bloodline. You got the bloodline, bro.
Okay, well, how about this? I think my class clown is going to be the one that I have too much of already in actual drafts, and that's Ken Walker, because there is a world where Rashad Penny miraculously doesn't get hurt because he shares time, so they vulture each other to keep each
Wouldn't
other.
that be some shit if everyone just hated on Rashad Penny? He backs up one of the best playoff performances ever with one of the best seasons ever.
I'm not going there, but maybe one of the best rookie hype.
Well, I mean, I would say best seasons ever for him, or maybe yeah.
It would be quite the irony, because when Rashad Penny was a wee-tyke rookie who came in the game, everyone was like, it's done for Chris Carson, you know what I mean? And Chris Carson never gave that job up, you know what I mean? And
Rashad Penny couldn't stay healthy enough to take it, even if he wanted to.
He never
that is
posed
a good
no
point.
threat.
Even Chris Carson got hurt that year too, and Mike Davis was the thing. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
And the river dancer, Alex Collins.
Yeah, Chris Carson was always only good for 10 to 12 games, it seemed like.
Hey, but we'll take it. You know what I hate is that in 2019 I gave up on him, because 2019 he died on me in the big game.
I swear that's all Seattle running backs, right? I mean, maybe you take Marshawn Lynch out of there. Maybe guys who were playing when Sean Alexander was playing.
2019,
Ever
week
since
16.
Marshawn, they just all die.
Go to
Yeah,
the
Curtis.
Thomas Rawlses of the world.
Yeah,
like, man, I
Thomas
remember him
Rawls.
getting-
Yep. Yeah, they've just ever since beast mode, bro. It's been a curse.
I
They
remember
have
the
to have
Rawls
a running
Royce.
back. Yeah. Rawls was the one immediately after Lynch.
Yeah,
And then he didn't last. I remember the year when
he got
Lynch
hurt in
left.
week 15 or whatever, what first week of the playoffs, or maybe it was week 14 back then.
And then people were like, "Oh, it's Robert Turbin." I was like, "Leave it alone."
Not Turbin.
Yeah,
remember
DJ
Turbin.
Dallas, CJ Procise. Is like, man, y'all reaching.
Hold on,
bro.
CJ Procise, he was gonna be a thing, and he died in the field of action too. Like it was a Sunday nighter. Seahawks.
Damn, man, it's a fucking curse in that
Bro,
back.
Hey, I just picked up DJ Dallas in the 14 in the 14 dynasty.
Oh, yeah.
Dark throat.
Yeah, I mean it's 50. Yeah, we have 57 players, so can't blame you.
Man, I had to, bro.
Yeah, I think my class clown here. I'm gonna go with a guy that's like not as a guy that a lot of people are high on, but the more I think about it, I think I'm gonna have to just steer clear of it, and that's Rashad White, man. The more I think about it, Tom Brady, with the Bucks. I mean that team is not a favorable system to rookies, especially now that they brought in Julio. That tells me more. They're just committed to these. Win now, all veterans. They're not fucking with rookies.
Lenny can pass pro, you know what I mean? So it's like, how are you going to get Lenny off the field?
And that's and Lenny's weight, that he's already lost 15 pounds. So don't worry about Lenny's weight. Yeah, exactly. That's
Brady gave him an avocado shake, and he took a 15-pound dump like an hour later.
And then he'll take another 15-pound dump before the season, and he'll be 100%. So I mean, Rashad White, I was fucking with him, but the more I think about it, is Giovanni Bernard's still there, and that's a win now team. They're not gonna. I don't think he's gonna get to be on the field much.
I mean, and then even Keyshawn Vaughn, for what it's worth, like can pass pro. So maybe I don't know enough about this White kid. You know what I'm saying?
He can catch, I think, but I don't know about his pass pro. Like I think he's a somewhat okay pass protector, so I think he'll get on the field some, but I don't think he'll get on it enough to justify. Like, I notice now he's starting to go in like the 9th round sometimes, and to me that's a little too high.
Now that we in camp, all that's about to start coming out. About
I got one for you
100%.
real quick. We're not going to do class president for the freshman class because I think most people are just going to vote Hall or Walker. So we'll save that for when they're sophomores.
I'll vote Damian Pierce.
But this one, who's most likely to join the circus? So the running back who might not even be in the league in 2 years' time.
Ty Davis Price. Simple as that for me. I mean, I watched him at LSU. He was not impressive. Every now and then he'd have a big game, but I just with that Shanahan backfield, I don't see him making the cut. I mean, I don't even see him beating out Trey Sermon. I think he's definitely going to the circus. I feel like.
I just seen a report on that though, where they said since Trey Lance is going to be there, that he's going to Shanahan might have a little bit more of an inside, more than of an outside.
You remember RG3?
with them coming out saying that it's going to be a committee back there too, and JWJ, his shit just shot up. I think it's going it's definitely going to be a hot hand, but I think he got action because all he is an inside guy.
Yeah, I guess Shanahan must have seen something in him.
They bullying people off that line. You know what I mean? With the threat of Trey Lance, keeping it, tucking it, or whatever. You know what I mean?
RG3.
I like Ty Davis Price, bro, as that bruiser role, especially when they get down into the red and the green zone, bro. No lie.
RG3.
We haven't had that in a long time.
Oh, come on. Elijah Mitchell's going to be y'all's Alfred Morris.
No, I'm saying though the way because Alfred Morris was built
straight downhill.
Yeah, and they would just go straight downhill because they would run that read. And
Alfred Morris had a hell of a season in Washington too.
Yeah, that was that year with RG3.
He had multiple seasons. Yeah, he was a stud.
But that's all he was doing with Shanahan was just they would go right up the gut with him. You know what I mean? No receptions, nothing like that. I'm just saying maybe that's what he viewed in like, okay, this is the type of plays I could call with a Ty Davis Price. You know
it was obviously a system then because Ty Davis Price wasn't even expected to be drafted, much less go where he went. I mean, Ty Davis Price, he was an afterthought. I mean, like, because I remember whenever CEH left LSU, it was like, who's going to be the new running back? Like, oh, I got this Ty Davis Price kid, but he was never highly touted. No one was really impressed with him. I couldn't believe he was drafted as high as he
You know what,
was.
Spencer? One phone call, Ty Davis Price is out of here. I'll make that call. He's out. He's gone.
Because Shanahan won't let that happen. Apparently, Shanahan sees something in him, and
well, look at Trey Sermon.
bro?
Here's how I felt about Trey Sermon last year is that
Shanahan saw
wasn't
something.
built
He
like the
busted,
typical-
so it's not like Shanahan's hit rate's exactly 100%.
and like it was a type he was looking for because Sermon and Ty Davis Price are bigger than the prototypical Shanahan running back. You know what I mean? So he was looking for a type. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about Ty Davis Price. So I'm kind of with you with the class clown shit, especially. But also, man. Remember, mark my words, man. This always happens that where that third guy, whether it's injury or just however it may be, that those guys, some Shanahan offense, whether it was Matt Breida, when everyone thought it was going to be Carlos Hyde, and then
Raheem Mostert,
it was Raheem Mostert, and when everyone thought it was going to be Mostert, it was goddamn fucking.
That's why it's going to be Trey. That's why it's going to be Trey Sermon this year because nobody in hell thinks it's going to be Trey Sermon.
I just traded away Sermon, damn it. And I was just amazed that I was able to trade him away, period. Watch, he's the guy.
Oh, yeah, that trade with Titans.
Yeah. And I have Elijah Mitchell there, but he was like, I need a running back. I'm like, you know what? Here's Sermon.
I'm with Albert. He says Snoop Connor. I'm with that as well. Might not have got drafted if his name was
James Robinson is, you know what I mean? James Robinson, he was already running like a month ago, like running straight line shit. So, but it is an Achilles. So I'm not going to totally agree with the Snoop Connor thing because the Achilles.
That's not this year. This isn't like class clown. This is like someone. This is a joining the circus. Someone who might not be in the league in like 2 years.
Hell of a name though. I bet you will all remember Snoop Connor though, just because of the name. You know what I mean?
He's James Conner with swag. Snoop Connor.
Y'all remember James Conner's little breast, Snoop Connor?
Did everyone give one? Did you give one, JD?
Shit, bro.
Okay,
let's go to the next one, bro.
Let's get
no one's joining the circus. They're all doing it.
I want to say one more thing. Just if you're in a dynasty league right now and there's a Jay Sean Corbin out there, grab him and throw him in your taxi squad because he's awesome. Like this kid does it all. It's crazy that he didn't get drafted. You know what I'm saying? But he came out of Florida. Maybe it was either way.
Florida State, I think.
He's behind Saquon.
But yeah,
and Saquon's going to be out of here in about a year. And like if Saquon gets hurt, it will be him, not Matt Breida, not the smooth operator Matt Breida. You know what I mean?
All right, and so let's get to these sophomores. And we had a couple questions in there. Well, not questions, but Stativelli said that the Carter fade is getting a little bit crazy. And do you think that's true? I mean, I think everyone's fading like Carter, like to where he's not. I mean, he's almost not being drafted in some of these shallow leagues.
Yeah, that fucking sucks, bro.
I'll take a late round flyer because it's the same thing too. Like it's a second year guy in the same system. Breece Hall still has to learn the system, and like yes, eventually throughout the year, I could see it going. You know, where Breece Hall is eventually like a 70% guy out of the backfield. But like just like Guccini said, if they're a lot of negative game scripts and they're throwing the ball and he's the pass catching running back. You know what I mean? Because Breece Hall can catch the ball too. That's the thing. There's the argument for the hype.
Right. Yeah, that's why I'm not really fucking with Michael Carter because I'm thinking Breece Hall is going to do enough to where Carter is just going to be left fighting for scraps. So, I mean, I personally don't want Michael Carter because the offense itself is not going to be fruitful enough to support two running backs. And I just don't see Carter getting enough touches to really make an impact there.
I really think it's going to be close to a 50-50 split, but I still don't want Carter because he's going to be
I hope you're wrong, because I like Breece.
50-50 split. Okay.
I said close to it. I mean, okay, it might be a 55-45, but I don't think it's going to get to a 60-40 until maybe like halfway through the season, and then maybe Breece takes over, but we're gonna see here. They're going to be behind a lot in games. I mean, like we said, they're going to have to throw it a lot, and it's going to come down to a lot of pass blocking. And I know Michael Carter's not the best, but at least he's got an extra year, on Breece with the NFL experience. So we shall see.
That's definitely a key right there.
Yeah.
And Freak Stomper said, what do we think about the news that Stevenson is working with the first team and Harris is working with the twos? I heard that a little bit earlier today as well.
I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously good news for
We
Steven.
love the Humidor around these parts.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I love him too. But
Right.
the thing is, I think it's more
Right.
of a stock up for Rahamador. I wouldn't really give Damian a stock down per se. I mean, that's just how Belichick is. You know, he just tries new stuff. There is no real number.
That's
one
trade bait. Belichick
running
wanted
back
that to get
there.
out, bro. Belichick wanted that to get out.
Yeah,
Somebody
it's yeah, to like
he
light
can try and come get
fire,
a second, third round pick for Damian Harris.
Yeah, that's all it is. I wouldn't
remember
buy it.
Michelle
I wouldn't
last year?
freak out. Yep. Yeah. I mean,
Michelle was running with the team twos, and then when they got in, so they get in there to the preseason, right? And remember, we had Cam still there, so it was Sony with Mac Jones, and you know what they were doing? And Mac Jones, he played way more than the team ones, right? Than Cam and them. Cam and them had like a drive or whatever, and then they were throwing the ball at Sony. Like and then there is like they were like Rams, come get him, bro. He catches the ball.
Yeah, they gave him all the volume in that game too. Like
Right.
made sure to put him on display.
Mm-hmm. Remember
And
Sammy Watkins when he was coming off the foot, going into 2017 preseason game. The Tyrod Taylor, it's like 3 big plays, all Sammy, and then catch the tug, and then boom, they traded him to the Rams. They're like, look, Rams, he's not broken. You know what I mean?
Sold high.
So am I.
All right,
So
with these sophomores, let's start off with the class president. And I'm just going to I'm going to attach myself to the Najee train on this
love
one.
it. Love
man,
it.
it's for class for this. Yeah, I was like, this year moving forward.
No, just this year.
This year, okay, yeah. To me, it's got to be Najee. I know the offensive line's garbage, but he's just gonna get so much volume. So even if I've said this on many shows because a lot of people argue, Najee's not very good, or he's gonna bust. The offensive line sucks. It's like I agree, the offensive line sucks, but I don't agree that he's gonna bust because he's just gonna get so much damn volume. He's gonna still get a lot of receptions. I think he'll still catch at least 50 to 60 balls. He's going to rush for well over 1,000, maybe double-digit tugs, depending on if Trubisky can be better than people are thinking. So, I mean, Najee's top 5 running back for sure, and my number 2 overall. So he's the easy class president. As much as I like Travis Etienne, definitely got to still go with Najee.
To be contrarian, I'm giving me Javante.
Ooh,
I don't give a fuck you, Melvin Gordon. I don't give a fuck if you're there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and Russ is going to be able to move the ball. Hey, this guy's going to get double-digit tugs. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you can say there could be in a lot of shootouts. And you could also counter that by like owning time of possession heavy with both running backs. You know what I'm saying? To keep Mahomes or Herbert or Mascara, Derek Carr off the field. You know what I mean? So I like Javante to be the president. Give me Javante. And Melvin Gordon dies too. So, you know, imagine if Melvin Gordon dies early.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I remember someone said this and not too long ago, like with Jonathan Taylor last year. People are like, oh, he might be in a committee, and then look at that. So yeah, I definitely think Javante. I don't think he'll have a JT-esque season, but I definitely think he'll exceed expectations. And he's a top 10 running back for sure. Some people in redraft now I see in single QB, Javante's dropping in like the 3rd round. I'm like, oh, they're smoking dope, man. That's crazy.
Boy,
that dumb dope, not the good dope that we won't get on the
he
Playmakers.
fall to the 3rd round. That's a steal,
That's crazy. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy to me. It's absolutely nuts. So don't let Javante slip there. I would take him. To me, he's late 1st, early 2nd, around that turn there is where I'm targeting
him. Second for sure. Yeah, no, I gotta go. I gotta go with Pittsburgh, bro. Give me Najee, dog. There ain't nobody behind him. We seen he stepped into, being a top 5 running back in his rookie year, bro. There's nothing else. I mean, they ain't done nothing else to push him or nothing. Everything gonna go run through him. You know what I mean? Defense first, run the ball. Play action, bootlegs with Trubisky. Get the ball out quick. And he's gonna be one of the beneficiaries for sure, bro.
And for what it's worth, too, Matt Canada, who's not Canadian, by the way, right? Matt Canada, their OC. He runs like a ripoff, a zone. You know what I'm saying? Under center, play action type of scheme. You know what I mean? And like Big Ben only had 2 years of that, but like. When you go, it's a makeshift RPO. But my point is, Trubisky played in RPOs his whole career. You know what I mean? So there's that. You know what I mean? But then again, he is Trubisky, so there's that.
Right.
And I like what James did here. He says, I like Carter as the VP. So who do we say is going to be the vice president? So, I mean,
Oh,
if
he's
we're all
probably
happy on
doing.
Najee.
He's. Damn, I was gonna say I thought he was gonna do like, he's going with the North Carolina boys, have Javonte as president and Carter as vice president. But I mean, to me, it's like if Najee's your president, I mean, then Javonte, I mean, he's got to be your VP.
Carter's also like a small fucker too. That's the thing too. Like, so it's like, volume is never going to be in his future. Javonte, he's big. He's a big back. You know what I mean? Najee's a big back. Like,
yeah. Hey, but compared to MG3 though, I just seen on Training Camp Live, they had MG3 and Javonte next to each other.
Hey, yeah, Melvin Gordon.
MG3 way bigger than bruh.
Melvin Gordon is big as
That's
fuck.
a big boy right there.
Melvin Gordon the third. All the whole lineage was big fuckers.
And James brought it up earlier, said Carter's a smooth runner, the most forced missed tackles in the NFL, and he was in the committee.
For qualifying running backs, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? He might have barely scraped the qualification of carries that you need to fit that stat. You know what I mean? And like that could be skewed. You know what I mean? Like he might have had,
the least amount of carries to make that stat.
Yeah, and then he had the most amount of fucking missed tackles. So you know what I mean? It could be like, oh my god, he's the top of the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Melvin, about the Melvin Javonte thing, I just looked up their height, weight. Melvin's taller. He's 6'1", 207. But Javonte's he's shorter, but he's thicker. It's 5'10", 220.
There you go. He could carry a load, is what you're telling me.
There it is. There.
Yes.
You know, he put the belt on his neck. Take us to the house.
Yes, sir.
I think out of all the sophomores that I would want in a draft, Javonte is probably the one I'm going to end up with the most because you got to be up there high to get a Harris. You know what I mean? He's not falling like that in single QBs. In a super flex, it's kind of cool because I've seen Najee fall because of people prioritizing QB, and you might be able to get your QB and then Najee, or vice versa. Like you're in the back of the first. Like we got this 14 team. Oh yeah, where are we at? Everybody's made their picks up to what? Where are we at right now in that the SBI? I haven't checked it out. But see, you know what I'm saying? We're in a 14 team super flex. Like Najee, JT, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. These are going to be the guys that people are going to have to make business decisions on whether they're going to take them or a QB. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and James wanted me to point. He wanted to point out. He said he literally had the most. It wasn't a percentage.
Wow. That's awesome. See, that's a cool stat. Shout out to James, bro. Oh, no.
Again.
Fire. Okay, we're good.
But I think we can all get behind the Javonte. I mean, Bogey was the only
y'all
one.
can hear that, right? That's not me. I'm not going crazy.
I heard it that time.
Yeah, I heard it.
All right. Because the other time I didn't know if Hus was fucking with me. I was like, you hear that, right?
The first time he just couldn't. It was like couldn't hear it. Second time and on, we heard it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bogey, is SBI a QB premium or no?
Yeah. So we haven't updated the because we now got voted for the IDP, so we haven't even changed the settings yet. But we're going from 20 yards to 15 for a point passing.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I took that 102 then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who's up next?
Stuck with something at the end.
Oh, yeah, class clown. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with the class clown. Who do you think is going to be the class clown out of this sophomore class?
Trey Sermon.
Save him for the circus.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
I'm with you with the sermon thing because remember what
I'm gonna
happened?
pick him twice.
He went out with Brandon Ayuk. Remember? They broke curfew, and that's what fucked him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they both got in the doghouse.
Okay, how about this? I'm with you with the clown. Who? I don't know if it's a word we can say like unexpected or more, out of left field, whatever you want to call it. Like just the motherfucker that hits him upside the head. Khalil Herbert, bruh. If anything happens to goddamn Montgomery, Khalil Herbert, telling you, he's a bad motherfucker, man. I know we looked at the numbers and he was only bad half the time. But we won't talk about the bad half. Talk about the good.
Yeah.
Bogey wants Khalil Herbert to be a thing.
I might throw in Travis as like he can make I don't know what you could make the position if Najee's president, Javonte's vice president.
Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yep. 100%. Gotta give Travis Etienne some love.
He's a treasurer. So you're telling me you make me money because I like his draft.
Yeah, he's gonna give us money at his current draft position because we all know Najee and Javonte. You're gonna have to pay first, second round draft capital. And Etienne, you can get him in the third, fourth round, and I feel like he's somebody in the revamped Peterson system, he could return top 10 running back value. And so if you're getting him at that reduced rate, I know he hadn't played an NFL snap yet, but he's somebody that I feel like he's bound to catch like around 6 passes a game. And
he'll
that's
be
gonna
number 2 in receptions on the team, threatening number 1. Let's go.
facts, big facts, big
Let's
facts.
go.
Big facts. So I'm thinking, is it like the Doug Peterson? Doug Peterson, is he from the Andy Reid tree? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think Travis Etienne is going to be a lot like we really want to turn back the clock, a lot like Brian Westbrook.
I like it.
Get a shitload of those greasy receptions. And if you're getting those greasy receptions in PPR, as long as you're just a competent runner, you'll be top 5. Look at Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is not an amazing runner, but he's such a great receiver out of the backfield that he gets touchdowns. So as long as Etienne can get some tugs mixed in there.
Right. But Eckler be putting up like 700 though, 800 yards, what I mean?
But Travis could run it at Clemson. Travis was
I'm not debating
strong
that.
runner. I think Travis could get 800 to 1,000.
Definitely. No, I like Etienne this year, bro, for sure. I mean, he got that first round draft capital too, though, even though it was with a different regime. I mean, no, because the GM is still there. He was bulky bum ass. Everything.
Really, his boy's an idiot. He's one that took Trayvon Walker instead of Aiden Hutchinson.
Well, you know why? Because he looks like Alden Smith to him. That's why. We like the lengthy guys coming off the edge. Like the Niners kind of built that. The Niners and the Seahawks were the ones that kind of made it popular to have these longer, lengthier defensive ends.
So they could bend the
Oh, yeah,
edge.
speaking of y'all's edge rushers, I saw D Ford got released.
Who got released?
D Ford.
Good.
Oh yeah,
Good.
they knocked
You know
that off
why?
the books.
It's fuck D Ford.
Yeah, he ever since
He's
the
a curse,
Super Bowl
right?
year.
Hey, he cursed the Chiefs, then he came to us and then cursed us. Remember what he did with the Chiefs? He
jumped off sides.
Yeah,
that's why Brady and them was able to go to the Super Bowl.
Clearly jumped off sides too.
Damn. Let's jump into this junior class. And I mean, JT, I feel like he's the unanimous class president here. But why don't we go with the vice president of the junior class, the 2020 class? Who do you think could be second best out of a bunch of these guys? Swift.
What they was screaming on 8 Mile? 213. 213. I forgot whatever they was screaming, bro.
313.
313. Oh my mama. You got to go with Swift as the VP, bro. Out of Detroit, man. 313.
I second that. Yeah, he's another one with the greasy receptions. I keep going back to that, but you got to identify the guys, the running backs that do that, because that's the floor that allows the running backs to really establish a floor. And if you can get 5-6 receptions a game, and Swift's another one of those guys that's going to be up there. And so even though, like we said with Najee, even though like an offensive line's bad, Swift's the opposite problem. The offensive line's good. It's just the passing game sucks to where you might have some stacked boxes, but I still think with those greasy receptions that he's gonna finish top 10. So yeah, give him to me as vice president.
Chase is on the Swift train with you. Peacock is on the Swift train.
Peacock.
I'm gonna go a little against the grain, and it's also against nature and man. And this guy has still yet to show us that he's looking good off the Achilles, but I'm going with Killer Cam because that's an offense that's going to be in a lot of scoring positions, you know what I mean? All the time. And when you got Robinson, A-Rob the Mob now, opposite of Cooper Kupp, and then the flamer OBJ himself might come back even one day. And even if it's not, you got like a Van Jefferson as the third. Like, it's just nasty to take the top off for a Killer Cam to just do the waltz into the end zone, bro. Like a lot. You know what
I'm on the Akers train. He shouldn't have even came back last year, so people would have just forgot all about him. But maybe coming back and him not being like his real self, coming back too early. Yeah, it could have. And I'm I don't know. You guys know I'm off the Swift train. Like he's just
Yeah, you don't like him.
he can't stay healthy to save his life, and I know Cam can't either. But at least I'd rather attach myself to that offense, and I'm on the Cam Akers train as well.
Yeah,
for that
fucking Dobbins and Akers is on my no-fly zone this season, bro. I don't want no shares of them dudes.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean,
I need to see a full season of it.
Yeah, I was
Speaking
feeling
of those guys,
Killer
get to the
Cam.
class
But
go to the class clowns, the guys who we don't want to fuck with. Then
okay, all right, yeah, I guess I'll man, who do it? Killer Cam or JK? I mean, I would say Killer Cam. I'm nervous about him because of the Achilles. I don't think his Achilles is exactly right, especially the way he looks so bad, But I think JK Dobbins is going to be the real class clown because even if Cam Akers is inefficient, he'll get volume. But J.K. Dobbins, if he's not efficient, he ain't getting volume because they got fucking Mike Davis, Gus Bus, the Beatty kid, the Justice Hill. They got so many mouths to feed over there with the Ravens. If J.K. is not ready, he's going to get passed the fuck up and end up looking like the old class clown, especially after that tweet where he was like, oh, I'm going to be there week 1, get your sources straight or whatever. So it's like, you better be there, J.K. Yeah, you're going to really be looking the fool.
You know what? The fact that he's on the pup now, this is like the time to draft him because he's dropping. Because if he does start week 1, you probably got him at where it mitigates the risk. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm not going to pay up a 4th round for a JK or nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just not going to have JK then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Peacock said Ravens have 7 RBs on their roster.
Yeah, that's how they roll.
I'm with Albert, though, thinking that the class clown is going to be CEH. It's going to end up being Jerick McKinnon, over there doing his thing. And
and I love Isaiah Pacheco because he's bigger than all those motherfuckers over there, and he can pass pro with the best of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, CEH failed experiment. They should have had JT. Cause I can't even imagine.
Man, good thing that was a failed experiment because JT over there, that would be unfair. They'd hack the league at that point. They just might as well just hand him the fucking trophy.
You think the league was like, you cannot have Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, they put a hex on him where like, all right, we're gonna make them think that CEH is actually the best in this class, and then they're gonna take it.
No CP3 to the Lakers.
It would be wow. Hold on, he went there.
No, they blocked it.
Oh yeah, they blocked him. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because they knew CP3 is he's a curse, bro. Wherever he goes, that means you're gonna do well, but you won't win the big one. Fucking curse, dude. That's his whole record. His whole track record is like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at the Suns this year. I don't want to rub salt in the wound, JD, but I mean, 1 seed, everything was looking good, and then just
7 games, bro. That shit.
Yeah, that was awful. Man, I was hoping to see that Suns Warriors Western Conference Finals. That would have been nice.
Facts.
Yeah, that would have been nasty.
That would have been nasty. Fuck, bro.
And Sir Bong's luck got confused too. He said, "Hold on, he went there."
That's funny because that's why I was like, "What? Finally, they let him?" That's why I was like, "That sounds like something they would do now, right?" Like LeBron be like,
"Man."
And Freak Stomper said, I think Rojo is finally going to eat. So the thing that's crazy is like the projected Chiefs, 53-man roster doesn't even have Rojo on it.
I don't know. I started digging down the rabbit hole yesterday on that. And the reason why I don't think that's going to hold weight is because Ronald Jones actually has not a lot, but he actually has some guaranteed money on his deal. Jerick McKinnon, on the other hand, has no guaranteed money. So I feel like if it's anywhere close, they're going to go with the guy who they paid some guaranteed money to, which is Rojo.
Is Ronald Jones on sleepers? Does he still have the Chiefs logo? Because I remember that day, it didn't have it on there. I was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean?
No, he's still on the team. Okay. No, I don't know what they overreact. Yeah, typical sleeper. I don't think they didn't really do that, did they?
They did, yeah. But no, see, but here there was that day. That's why I was like, "Oh shit, it's real." And I remember one of my dynasties. I had Ronald Jones.
It's like the Jimmy thing today. That wasn't real. That was some fake Adam Schefter account. And then I saw it got banned from Twitter because people thought it was real.
Fake account.
Yeah, it was a fake account. They must have heard your mushroom epiphany, Bogey, and we're like, "Oh man, we need to put that on."
All right, it was my account. I was. You're gonna put it out there and then be on the other side.
Speak it into existence.
Jerick McKinnon, he's got no dead cap, and then it's $1 million for the cap hit. And Rojo's got 750,000 dead cap, and 1.5 is the cap.
Rojo is like, hey, Rojo's hella happy. He's like, I'm gonna take half that money and buy a family. I know I shouldn't, but I'm finna.
Yeah.
So this senior class.
Yeah, we can go ahead. I gave my Rojo take. I think he'll make the team, and I'm not saying he's going to be anything special, but I don't know. I think there's some value there. I like the point that old boy made. I would take a flyer on him.
I just hate Rojo, man.
I don't like him either. It's just, it's like
the ball in open field. Like he's terrible at pass pro. Like,
yeah, it wouldn't shock me if he gets cut, but it would surprise me because I feel like the Chiefs see something in him. Although they saw something in CEH, and look how that turned out.
Yeah, it's the reason why they got everybody in there, bro. They're trying to find some type of balance to have, instead of just throwing the ball 40 fucking times a game, dog.
And they fucking let go of double barrel Daryl, bro, because that was the guy.
Right.
Yeah, they should have kept him. Bro. Yeah, and they wanted Rojo instead. Like, why? Barrel. Yeah, they should have kept double barrel. Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, shit. I think that's it for the junior class.
Yeah, on the seniors here. Man, this is tough. There's no real obvious president out of these. I guess Monty Burns, bro. He's the volume guy. He's the volume guy there. I know the offense sucks, but we know he's gonna get his volume.
Yeah, I'm with you. I love Monty Burns.
Yeah, I'll go with Monty Burns.
Excellent.
I'm gonna go Josh Jacobs this year, bro. With them not extending his thing, his 5th-year option and all the bullshit. Them bringing in the boy White, Zamir White.
Yeah, I like Zamir White. That has nothing to do with why I went with Monty.
With the low-key season that he had and then the upgrades with Devontae, bro, I think he's just in a win-win situation right now. And the performances that he has on record already, 1,000-yard seasons, you know what I mean?
Double digit
40 receptions last year, I think it was. 35 receptions. It was something like that. I got the shit written down. I can pull it up real fast. But yeah. Give me Josh Jacobs this year. I like him I like him a lot. And he's being slept on this year, bro.
I like that. I'm with you.
I'm on that Josh Jacobs train. It was 54 receptions that he got. And it's crazy how much he's being hated on because, like, I understand 2 years ago, it was real fluky, or maybe it was 3 years ago at this point where he had like a real fluky season where he had like 3 touchdowns in the first game, and then
it was 2020. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he started off real hot, and then it kind of fizzled there.
But even his rookie year when they had Antonio Brown for a second, he was supposed, he was the focal point of they gave him a lot of work, and he broke down though because he was a guy in college that used to share with Damian Harris. So this guy never had a full workload. It's probably why Damian Harris be breaking down too. They're not used to that shit. They hit the league and people hit harder.
yeah. Where Monty Burns, I'm sticking with Monty because he's been a guy that I know he missed a few games here and there, but he's been very stable as far as being able to carry a heavy workload.
Hell yeah. That motherfucker takes a beating, and he does miss time because of that beating he takes. But
so it's close. Because him and Jacobs, you got to figure drafting them. They're probably going to each miss like 2 or 3 games each. I always are very durable, but both solid. I think I have them like 19th and 20th in my redraft ranking. So it's like I would go with Jacobs for sure as vice president. They're very close.
I'll take Jacobs over Monty because of ADP. Like I'm going to get Jacobs later, and Monty's still going a little higher than I want because people they know now like he's just a solid RB2 you're throwing in there that could have some RB1 weeks. You know what I mean? But like I like the Josh Jacobs just that I'm a stickler for following the system and Josh McDaniels over there, man. I expect Josh Jacobs now being in that system to have a double-digit tug is easy. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And so who do we think is going to be the class clown out of this group?
I guess. I don't know. I don't want to say Henderson because he doesn't have any expectations.
I like Henderson because I'm
I
not big on
guess-
Akers.
Talk about, I guess, Singletary. You know what? Singletary's a class con for me because, like, it's going to be like, Josh Allen's putting in the goal line work. James Cook's getting the crazy receptions. What's Devin Singletary doing? Clowning. Yeah, just getting those kind of empty carries, those carries that aren't real fruitful for fantasy.
I'm with you. I like that. That's a good take.
Which at his current ADP, it's not terrible, but if I have to pick one out of these, I just feel like Damian Harris is actually a value now, because Damian Harris is in that Belichick system, and him and Rahamador, they can both eat fairly well. Or with the Bills, that's just a throw first system there, to where I don't see. I know he had a good stretch run, but I'm not really feeling Singletary with the way the Stallion vultures those damn goal line touches.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Harris because I think people might fall in love with the season that he had last year, and then with the reports of Rahamador, playing with the ones, and Rahamador being a third down, a 3-down back capability player, and with the threat of that red zone threat of being that bruiser, bro, and with Harris having that higher drive capital than what Rahamador does, the difference in ADP values, 100%, bro.
It's funny because every time we say Rahamador, right, I just picture him like fasting. You know what I mean? Like in Ramadan or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
I haven't had a touchdown in hell long.
Ramadan Stevenson.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can't fuck with Harris at where he's going right now. I would rather have Rahamador for sure, bro.
I love that fucking
I think if he gets outplayed and don't nobody come and get him, during the season, he just gonna get left on the bench. Once the hot hand is the hot hand, especially in New England, he gonna ride that motherfucker. We seen it.
Yeah, and we might even, and when it comes to 52 man active rosters or whatever, you would see that type of running back get put as a healthy scratch if he's not part of the game plan, because, and this could change week to week, but because they don't play special teams at all, so they'll never, you know what I mean? If Harris is in the doghouse at all, they'll healthy scratch. They healthy scratched him his entire rookie year. You know what I mean? And then when he came out his sophomore year, you know what I'm saying? The other, okay. But then, you know what I'm saying? He also had the injuries and whatnot. So then they love Stevenson. You know what I mean? That motherfucker he's LeGarrette Blount with wiggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And let's see. So we do got some, the 5th-year senior who we had to mention was Rojo.
Damn.
Really, no one else who didn't make it out. And then a 6th-year senior who really hasn't graduated, Donta Foreman, going to come down to if CMC really, just doesn't make it the whole year. But how about these young RB alumni, guys like Barkley? I feel like Penny graduated, even if it was just a real short, season last year. I feel like he did graduate.
He got his GED thanks to last season's stretch run.
Definitely. Sony Michel, feel like he's done enough to graduate over, the 5th and 6th year seniors. Then we got CMC, Cook, Mixon, Kamara, Hunt, and right Connor. There. So all these guys are like the
class. Holy
and
shit.
Fournette.
Barkley just graduated as a freshman. Barkley got all his credits as a freshman and then didn't do shit since.
Damn.
And Fournette should definitely be in there.
No, Barkley's second season was nasty too, though. He was on pace to have the same type of rookie season until he got hurt.
Yeah. Shout out to Clock. I love that Clock is back because when I'll talk to Clock 3-4 times a day on the phone, right? And so he hit me today. He was like, in 2019, you know who was running back 12? And I said, who? It's like Saquon. I'm like, what? I didn't realize, even though he missed hella time.
Yeah, I kind of forgot. Yeah, because even though he died,
was on pace to have the same type of rookie season that he had, bro.
It was his. This is gonna be his 5th year. Wow.
Yeah,
it's his last 2 years where he stunk.
Yeah, because he was dead. I mean, you know what I mean? Last year he didn't
Well,
die.
yeah, 2020 he was dead. Last year he just
Yeah.
stunk. I mean, he was just not very good.
He was the Walking Dead.
I mean, the whole Giants though stunk. I mean, the Giants were arguably the worst offense in the whole NFL.
You know how
last
excited
year.
I was to hear that the Jimmy thing. I'm mad that it was false because it was like, hell yeah, one, I was right? But even though I'll say everything under the sun, you know what I mean? That one was pretty obscure.
That one was pretty insightful, I thought. But I feel like though it's one of those deals to where I think the Giants, because their roster, it's such a young roster, I don't see them trading.
Tell me that
for
wouldn't
Jimmy.
help Saquon though. Is my point.
Yeah, it would have helped Saquon, but the problem is the roster is so young to where I don't see them wanting to give up capital for a veteran like Jimmy. And then another Jimmy might not really want to go there because I mean, like I said, it's such a young roster.
The second round sounded unrealistic.
Yeah.
Not when guys like Baker were going for like fucking,
Exactly. Yeah, whoever gets him is gonna get him for peanuts.
Yeah, because it's really gonna be that versus like cutting him.
Yeah, and I'll take peanuts. Give me a 5th round or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Fourth and flex in the house. What up, Bandy?
I think it's gonna come down to if someone gets an injury, or Watson gets banned for the whole year. It's gonna come down to one of those. But if none of that happens, like if Watson only gets 6 games and no one gets hurt, y'all are gonna have to cut him because no one's gonna come knocking on the door for him.
And then Seattle's gonna pick him up.
Right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I bet Seattle's the one that picks him up if he gets cut. Because Seattle's got the worst quarterback situation in the NFL, not even close.
They have to have a high waiver, right? Because they had a high draft pick.
Yeah, them in Atlanta might be able to cut in front of them because their QB situation's rough too.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
I mean, and then Bill Belichick, he'll just do one of these, wave his hand, you know what I mean? And then Jimmy will fall to him and be like, Jimmy, come home. Be the backup. And you know what I mean?
That would create a rift with Mac Jones. I don't see that happening.
Here's my thing.
They won't because the waivers. They're behind all those teams.
Some people in the local shit. It's funny how the fans react. They're like, "Oh, well, we should just keep them." This and I'm like, and then I start thinking, okay, that's terrible for a locker room. But then I even thought Jimmy does seem like a kind of guy that's kind of cool, like that. Yeah, man, I'll chill, man. Lance, it's your job. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he's just that cool. You know what I mean?
Jimmy gonna fall somewhere on his feet though, bro.
Oh yeah, Jimmy's
100%.
too good to ride the bench.
Right.
He'll be all right.
So if we can't make a move, we're going to cut him because we already said.
Yep, exactly. Because y'all came out and said it's Trey's team, so that tells me it's either a trade or a release. And so I'm glad.
You seen the one unofficial shit that came out earlier this morning where it said that he went for 2 second rounders to New York.
I'm saying, and that's the same.
Y'all are probably celebrating it.
Oh man, I know you, bro. I was for sure.
I woke up late.
2 second rounds? Are you serious?
Yeah. It's way too good to be
true. They
choked
the shit out of me on that one, doggy.
Yeah, that damn fake Adam Schefter, man.
Fucking hey,
got everybody.
Yeah, it came on the fantasy life shit though.
Yeah, Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter was like really pissed. They like banned that account because I tried to click on the tweet, but it was like this account has been like permanently deleted.
We killed this person.
They died a brutal Twitter death because it probably gypped all kind. Yeah, like the fantasy life people got gypped. Because I was like, where did they see? I didn't see it on Sleeper, so I was like, where are they seeing this? But that explains it then.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I woke up, it was like, I seen y'all text. That's how I found it. I was like, oh, shit. And then I couldn't find it. And then Huss was like, yeah, I can't find it nowhere either. I was like, okay. I was so happy. Yes, I have a lot of Saquon.
Yeah, that would have probably helped Saquon. But because Danny Dumbass, like Jimmy, I feel like would have been better at
I would have been happy because I already had Saquon, is what I'm saying. I was getting him at a value. Like, if they had Jimmy there, that would push him up back like securely into like that, the early second round because in his single QB, you know what I mean? He's already going like close to the back of the second, you know what I mean? Hold on, baby.
Sleeper's going off like crazy. I hear the notification somewhere. So let's see. So yeah, I guess we didn't do a class president of this one, did we? Who do we think is the class president, and then who do we think is the vice president of this class? And this is going to be just for this year only.
Give me C-Mac this year, bro. Give me Dalvin.
CMC and Dalvin.
Oh wait, no, let me switch that. Give me Cook for the president and give me
Ooh.
C-Mac for the motherfucking vice president.
Ooh.
100%.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna be bold. You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say CMC and Cook get hurt like they always do. Give me Mixon for president and Barkley for vice president. Let's fucking go.
Let's see. Damn it. I was gonna do that exact combo. Spencer stole my thunder.
Great
But no,
like.
we'll just live in a world where nobody gets hurt, and I'm gonna go with CMC, and I'm gonna go with Mixon. So I'm going CMC for president, and then I'm going Mixon for vice president.
Pretty nasty. All four of those are pretty nasty. And if Kamara, if it wasn't for the suspension, he'd be in that mix too.
Damn right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. All right. How about we'll let Bogey get his in when he comes back? How about class clown? Who do you think is going to be the class clown out of this crop here?
Give me motherfucking Penny, bro.
Yeah, I mean, probably or Hunt, man. I don't see Hunt doing very well this year. I mean, because they have D'Ernest there, and I don't think there's going to be enough to go around for Hunt, especially if Watson's not suspended for long. Because if Watson's in there, they're going to be throwing it more, and I don't see Hunt. Like, I mean, Chubb and Hunt, I feel like they're slightly overrated as a duo. Like, the Browns' offense is. I mean, it's still solid with Stefanski. I'm not trying to say it sucks, but it's like it's just I don't know. I feel like they're kind of in a way old news. Like I feel like the next wave of that 1-2 punch thing is like Jones and Dillon. Like that's the ones I'm fucking with. Where like Chubb and Hunt. I don't know. I mean, I'd probably say Hunt for the class clown for me, and then Penny for to join the circus since he's always freaking hurt.
Yeah, Penny would be joining the circus for sure. Yeah, this one's kind of tough for the class clown because I almost feel like guys like Michelle almost can't even put him in there.
Michelle, I forgot about Michelle. Yeah, I might have to throw him as the class. I mean, with the Dolphins with Mostert back, I don't see Michelle getting much work.
Yeah, and other than that, I guess the only guy I can really think of here is Kamara because of the games that he might miss. If he doesn't end up missing any games, like, I mean, we're all going to be the clowns for not taking them, but we need to hear some news like real soon about that.
Right? Yeah, it's getting kind of weird. And then Albert said, what if they trade Hunt? Yeah, that could help. I would hope if they traded Hunt to somebody that's like, doesn't have that great of a backfield, then I'd definitely give him a stock up. Because I just feel like in Cleveland, he's just kind of wasting away on that team. It's just, I mean, Nick Chubb's the workhorse. There's just not enough to go around for Kareem Hunt.
Well, and really what it was is it was him getting in trouble. I mean, that's why he ended up being on the Browns because nobody else. Well, at least they were the first ones to take a shot on him. I don't know if anybody else would have taken a shot on him, but yeah, so he's just stuck in that contract.
Point. Yeah.
It's a dumbass move. Shouldn't have made that move because now he did get trapped over there and trapped under a contract that's, where he's definitely outplayed it, but wouldn't have signed it if he wasn't in trouble either.
Yep.
No, I like Hunt though. Hunt, even with the limited role that he does have in Cleveland, he still does produce. And then there's been, even though he's been unfortunate when fucking Chubb gets hurt, he gets hurt. So he hasn't had the opportunity to take over from when Chubb has missed a few games and just completely dominate in them games. That's why we have seen D'Ernest. You know what I mean? Yep. But Hunt does have value, even though he is behind fucking Nick Chubb for sure. He's putting it up for sure.
Yeah.
PPR beats.
One of those backup running backs that actually holds some flex value. And let's see what Peacock say. Sky Moore hype dropping on sleeper could take reps at running back according to Juju.
Yeah,
I mean Juju will say anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can't buy what Juju says. I mean that guy's he's a walking clout chaser. I mean for real, man. Like I mean you're an NFL athlete making TikToks every week. Like come on, man. You're not the PR specialist. You're supposedly a WR1 and you act like a freaking cheerleader. Like, That's why I always get annoyed with Juju. Like, I mean, it's like I want to draft him, and I've taken him in a mock, I think, recently, but it's just something about it. I just don't like having him on my roster. Like, I don't know. I feel like his head's not all there a lot of times.
Yeah. We've seen it. Yeah, we've seen it before, and he's burned us more than a few times, at least me.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, you always want to believe in him because you remember that 2018 season where he was freaking dominant opposite AB, and then AB talked his shit, like basically saying like you were just the product of having me on the other side. And I mean, as much as we love to hate on AB, I mean, AB is looking like he was right about that. Juju's yet to come anywhere close to that season.
I remember that. And it was the year after that, he goes down in like week 1 or week 2 or something like that. And it was just total waste of a pick. So hyped. And then just got hurt and hasn't been the same ever since.
Facts.
All right. So how about the old alums? So these are the 7+ year alumni, and there's really nobody in there. So I just wanted to show how few guys can
Mark Ingram.
Yeah, and you know what? I was gonna save that for Bogey, just so he could be the one to bring it up. But yeah, Mark Ingram, the 4th man on this list. But Zeke, Henry, and Gordon, and really those are the only fantasy relevant guys.
Yep. R.I.P. Todd Gurley.
Man.
Yeah. The first running back drafted ahead of Melvin Gordon.
Yep, and Devontae Freeman would be on here, but he's still a free agent.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we'll see if any of these guys get jobs.
Yeah, but, I'll keep it short and sweet. I'll say President Henry. I won't even do a vice president. Class clown Zeke, joining the circus Melvin.
And you know what? I guess we got to put Corduroy Pimp in.
Oh yeah, Pimp.
Right.
Corduroy.
He did graduate last year.
Yeah.
He did graduate last year.
Mm-hmm. Fuck it, make the Pimp vice president.
Man, shit. I mean, the Pimp for president, popping peas.
Woo!
Hey, all 3 of them dudes, they still got value. So Henry the president, Zeke the vice, and we're gonna give MG3 one of them other titles somewhere in the motherfucking Oval Office.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be like
rocking with the old guys.
Oh my mom.
Yeah, I mean, I get I want to put respect on their name, and I'm not trying to disrespect them, but I just for fantasy, I just feel like if we're talking soon, like I don't see where Zeke. I feel like Zeke and Gordon are at the end of the line. I think Henry, if he's over that foot, could have another 2 or 3 years, but I think Zeke's about done, and Gordon's like. I think also, I mean, he's in the committee. I think he might actually last a little longer than Zeke. I just feel like with Zeke, they just kind of ran him into the ground like early in his career. He had so many touches where like with Henry, his first couple years, they didn't run him into the ground, where Zeke, ever since his rookie year, has just been pounded, where it's like the mileage is, it's not about the year, it's about the mileage. And Zeke has so many miles on him where but
Henry averaged 400 touches a year though, bro.
Oh yeah, Henry has a lot of miles too. I mean, all these guys. I mean,
but not his first 2 years though.
Mm-hmm.
He was still a backup.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't have as many miles as Zeke. That's for sure.
Okay, out of all these alumni, right? Is that where we're at, right? Like the alumni aristocrat phase, right?
We're on the 7 year. And we'll go back for these young alums. So these are like Barkley, Penny, Michelle, Chubb, CMC, Cook, Mixon, Kamara, Hunt, Connor, and Fournette. Yeah. Who's your president and vice president out of the 2? I mean, for the 2.
Well, Chubb is in the 18 class, so give me Chubb for that class. For the 17, I'm still going CMC for that class.
No, all these guys are lumped in together. These are the young alums. These are the 5 and 6 year alums.
Yeah,
that's what makes it tough. It's got to be hard. So, yeah.
Chubb, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying that Chubb, I love him. It's too much. I'm Nick Chubb for the president.
Give him a ding.
He just runs and runs. And that shit dinged me right.
I went with Joe Mixon. We all went with different ones.
That's who I took a sigh. I was like, Like, because I want to say Sergio.
Yeah,
Mix-a-Lot.
because Huss went with CMC, JD went with Dalvin, I went with Mix-a-Lot, you went with Chubb. So we had all different choices.
I like it. Because the chubby one, he just runs and runs. You know what I'm saying? No matter who the QB, no matter what. Like, but okay, how about
Yeah,
this?
if receptions weren't a thing, I'd go with the chubby one. He's the best here.
Who's your vice president?
Give me Sergio Mix-a-Lot, bro.
There we go.
You know what I mean? I mean, this is why I love Nick Chubb though so much, is because man, it's just like, you know, he was a Todd Haley running back. He was there when they drafted him, and I was like, oh, he's gonna be a thing. And that's the thing is like Chubb, he probably could be like more Derrick Henry-esque, like, you know, they probably could get him more screens and shit like that. You know what I mean? But like Stefanski just doesn't do that with him. He does that with like Hunt, and you know what I mean? And he would do it with Jarvis. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Some of that love to Chubb. But yeah, and Sergio, okay, I got it. What's more likely? Right? So, who's more likely to who's more like what's more likely to happen? How about that? What's more likely to happen? CMC comes back to grace, right? And no, you know, and doesn't get injured and stuff like that. Or, you know, all those guys, Zeke, Derrick Henry. No, actually, I'm not gonna throw Derrick Henry in there. Who are the guys that we said in that whole alumni class, right? Like,
yeah. So real quick, so Zeke, Henry, Gordon, Patterson, and Ingram are in the 7+ year alumni. They're the old alums.
Okay, I got it. What's more likely? CMC comes back to grace, or Zeke outperforms all those guys that you just named?
CMC.
Yeah, CMC. Yeah, I can't stand Zeke. CMC. I hope Zeke doesn't go off this year.
If you look at what Derrick Henry did in his 8 games, he was on pace to have a fucking 2,000-yard season.
Don't put Derrick Henry in there. That's what I said.
Huh?
I know, but I said don't put Derrick Henry in that.
Oh, don't put Derrick Henry in there? Oh, yeah, I'm still taking CMC.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still taking shots.
That's just how high I am on CMC this year.
I'm taking shots on CMC all day because you can get him and not be in the top 5. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We love that. Shit, you might even get him in the second round.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, single QB, that's whoa. But in the super flex, it's happened all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd be on that 1-2 turnaround and just get snatched on the 2 side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You guys got any crazy? What's more likely? I had a couple. I was just like workshopping in my head right now.
Hell no, I didn't even think of one, bro.
Okay, I got one right here.
Let me crack a beer, man.
Who's more likely to outproduce? I'm going back to Zeke. Who's more likely to have more fantasy production, Zeke or Antonio Banderas Gibson?
Zeke.
Banderas.
Gibson's sitting out with a hamstring already.
Yeah, no, I'll take Zeke just on him more likely staying healthy.
Okay. Who's more likely to be the bigger producer in a timeshare that can get into the top 12, right? AJ Dillon, right? Who else shares? This might be too easy because all the timeshare guys are like
AJ Dillon.
Yeah, AJ Dillon's the winner.
AJ Dillon or Mark Ingram.
Oh, listen, have that stricken from the record.
Because we all know how much Bogey loves Mark Ingram.
Hey, Mark Ingram's about to be a thing for a couple of weeks, but listen, watch when he's not. Watch when people are starting him and he's getting you like 8 points. You're like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's not. I'm not touching Mark Ingram because of Abram Smith. I know that sounds crazy to be banking on a UDFA, but the Saints have a history of this. Look at the Saints' history, bro. Pierre Thomas, stud UDFA. Chris Ivory's the UDFA. I mean, the Saints have a history.
Ivory started with the Saints. I never knew that.
Yeah,
I always thought he was with the Jets.
Oh, he started with the Saints. We used to call him 2x4 because he was such a stiff runner. Like 2x4, just ram right in the field, just downhill runner, like just stiff as a board. But yeah, he started with the Saints in a UDFA. So I mean, we've had a history of that, man. So I'm banking on that again here with Abram Smith. I think he'll be the beneficiary because Tony Jones him and Mark Ingram last year. Talk about trash and trashier. Those two were garbage. I mean, it was sickening having to watch those two run whenever Kamara was out. And I hate to put disrespect on the OG Mark, but I mean, he's just there. He's just there for locker room morale. He's just not nearly what he used to
hype
be.
everybody up.
Exactly. Which I like that he's there for having a problem is it's like he's taking up a 53-man spot, bro. Like you need to produce. So maybe early, like I think they're banking on like they're hoping if Kamara gets suspended, it's the first 6 games. Because then Ingram might be fresh enough to maybe do something, but I still would probably go with the UDFA Smith because he probably has more upside in the receiving game. Ingram's not a pass catcher.
It is going to be real nasty to get a fresh Alvin Kamara if you do. Like I'm never
it'll be kind of like the DeAndre Hopkins thing, except even better because he's a running back.
He's not coming off injury. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, he kind of is, but nothing major. Yeah, it was like a meniscus injury he had last year. But he'll be fresh. He'll be in midseason form for the fantasy playoffs.
Like I'm gonna send several trade offers to the people that end up drafting Kamara like throughout the course of those weeks that whenever it is that he does get suspended because he's
the thing that scares me, it's like this suspension, it could drag out to where he ends up suspended for the fantasy playoffs.
Yeah,
like the shit that happened to Zeke. Remember when Zeke he kept getting pushed off and then ended up being like the fantasy playoffs where he ended up getting suspended.
Remember the judge was like they pushed it back and then the judge was seen like vacaying. It was like, oh yeah, Jerry Jones got him like a full.
Yeah, that's the same shit that's happening with Kamara. They pushing his shit back, and then got pushed back already. I think if he didn't have a court date this week, it's next week.
That could be telling.
The first 2 appearances got pushed back, and when they push that shit back, it's usually like 90 days. I didn't dabbled around in the motherfucking podcast courthouse.
And when you got a lawyer, you got a dope lawyer, like they know all the judges, like that's why you got those lawyers, and they be pushing it back real easily.
Push that shit back, bro.
You ain't lying.
Well, I think that
I need to start getting more Kamara and redrafting. He's gonna keep following, man.
Bro. And one thing, how I was saying, because I did a mock with 7 in them last night, right?
Yeah,
and I went.
Shout out to 7 o'clock in there.
Shout out to 7, bro. On top.
Shout out to media and all them.
I don't know if I went 3 straight. At one point in time, I don't know if I started off with 3 straight, but I went on a 3 straight rip off. And if I could do a 3 straight rip off with one of them 3 being AK, then I'm all right for 4 to 6 games because I know that other running back, barring the motherfucker don't get hurt or nothing like that. Taking him in the first 3 rounds, he got some type of value, so he might be able to hold it down until AK come back for sure.
And real quick, we finally figured out how to set up a mock draft for this 32-team league. I'm putting a link in the chat right now. Yeah, everyone needs to get in this shit. You got one chance to get a couple rounds of a mock. It's going to be this Saturday, 7 a.m. West Coast time, 10 a.m. East Coast time. I'm putting the link in the chat right now. You guys better jump in.
Yeah, I got pick 32. Pick 32 is off.
So I'm gonna randomize it.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna randomize.
Damn, I wanted to go with 32.
What time you starting the mock?
See what the fuck would be left for me at 32.
Huh?
7 a.m.
Oh, on Saturday.
Yeah.
I thought you was talking about that's the real draft. I was finna say.
No, that's the mock draft.
Okay.
Yeah, and it may be a little bit too hard to get everyone linked together where we it just may be too hard for this that 2-hour window that I'm talking about or 1 hour window. So I think we're probably just gonna start it here like next Monday and kick it off with the 2-hour clocks.
2 hour, yep. Okay.
We're getting close to everyone getting paid, so that's really what's kicking all this off.
Yeah. Excited, bro.
Yeah, I still got the same mind.
Wild.
I ain't forgot about you, doggy.
54, right? Because I got Blake's and Steezy's. So you said it was 54, right? Because I just saw it. Okay, good. Yeah.
Oh, Steezy's in that joint?
Yep. Yeah.
Nice.
He was I want to say he was like on one of our streams shortly after it became like a thing that we thought of. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember
Blake. He was one of the first people in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, because the initial idea was it was gonna be 4 divisions, and it'd be like, okay, you get a division, I get a division. You remember, Spencer, you were in early on it. You would we would go and fill it with other savages, but then we were like, you know what? There was, you know what I'm saying? It morphed into this, which is dope.
How are we gonna? Are we just randomizing the divisions or?
Yep, pretty much.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I think so. Bogey's gonna be in one. I'm gonna be in one. Taco, and then Iggy and Tyrant. They got one universe over there.
Hey, you gotta be Gambit.
Tacos?
Though.
Wait, Tacos in?
Yep, Taco's in it.
Oh, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, we got a bunch of savages in this one. We got a handful of content creators. AJ.
I knew AJ was in it and Blake, and I didn't see Taco. Okay.
Yeah, let me see.
Hey, you gotta be Gambit, Spencer. Gambit, he's a Cajun, man.
Oh yeah, no, I'm Baby Groot. I'm only Baby Groot.
I like it.
There we go.
You gotta be Gambit, bro. He's a Cajun. And he's
right. Maybe I'll switch. I don't know. I'm Baby Groot for now, though. I am Groot.
So Antonio's up in it. Crispy's up in it. Titans is in it.
Yeah.
Anthony MathQuest. Sir Bongs a lot is up in it. Bernie Mac's in it. Let's see. Hollywood is up in it. Iggy's in it. Stativelli's in it. We got the Fourth and Flex podcast in it. So two of their hosts are in it, and then Steezy, Blake, and who else? We already said AJ. Yeah, so we got a bunch, like not half content creators, but close to half are content creators. And I want to do one episode per week, and then we got to just figure out some matchups like in advance, like where some big matchups are going to be, and plan it to where we can get people maybe recording some videos, talking some shit before the matchups if they can't come on live.
This is so crazy because this is going to be like, it's gonna come down to team build too in a lot of ways. Like,
what up, Jimmy?
Am I gonna grab the big dog IDP right here over the receiver, or am I gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
because you remember doing, I know everyone on this panel has probably done like those Madden like franchise drafts, and it's like you and like maybe 2 or 3 friends, and you got to do the full 32 team draft.
Yeah.
That's what we're embarking on right now. This is the only 32 team that I've ever been a part of was a 3-player copy, and I whooped them and I won the championship. And then, but yeah, that shit was kind of lame because it was a 3-player copy, so you could be going up against a guy who has like your same exact player.
Yeah.
And you know what'd be dope? I would be like I would just like say I had like 2 Mahomes or something. Like, hell
well,
yeah.
you can't now. Well, you're not going to get that because it's a 32 team draft and you can't trade. So like Mahomes was like, he was like 3 of the top 10 picks,
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, 3 Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Fuck
yeah. It
Like,
was a glorified 10-man league is what it was. 32 teams, but 3 copies of each player, so it was I just won, and then I was like, nah, I'm not coming back. This shit's lame.
This is gonna be dope. This is a different type of 32.
Yeah, this is a real savage shit. This is crazy, man. This is a total bloodbath. Like,
oh yeah, because people are gonna be like, we were talking about it. Like guys like Julio Jones might be a starter, on someone's team to begin the year. Like that's how deep.
Marquez Callaway, bro. Let's go. Adam Troutman. Fucking hey, bro. I'm gonna have all Saints players.
There we go.
Okay, what about this though? What about have we figured out how we're gonna do the order?
It's literally just because
a race again.
Well, so the 100-yard dash, we can only put up to 20 teams in there, so we can't even do 32 teams in there. So the 2 ways that we could do it, we can either do it on Sleeper, literally just click and randomize, or I could use the randomizer that I use for the what's it called, like all the giveaways and shit. Like those are really the only 2 ways that I know.
We could draw out of a hat, old school.
We can, but we're not all in the same
live draft. That's what we do at our live draft, but that ain't 32 motherfuckers. It's 12 people.
You'd have a lot of shit.
12 motherfuckers trying to get them all on the same.
What you could do is get a deck of cards, and then you get 32 cards, right? And write someone's name per card. Shuffle it.
Okay, and then pick a card. This is boo. Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Okay. Anything to make it a little bit more interactive, right? The crazier it is, it's like the more I end up being last. Like for this kind of shit, like that. That's the thing that I hate. Like one time we did this super random shit because I was picking the name out of the hat. I always got last. Like it just never failed. So this one time we were living at this baller ass mansion, and it was just for one season, and we had this top deck, and there was like a pool right underneath it, and we wrote our names on tennis balls and like threw those things in the water, and my friend's dog jumped in, and like the order that he picked the balls was the order of the
That's right.
And this was some bullshit. He goes like he's gonna reach for my ball, and then he grabs the ball right next to me, and I ended up getting last. Like after, like I was so close to getting first, and still somehow ended up.
Everybody coaching the dog, like, hey, trying to get their dog to get the ball. Or is he just going?
No, he's just going in, going crazy.
Okay. He's all the balls.
It was some bullshit. Yeah, but it was what it was his master or whatever. That was the motherfucker who he grabs the ball right before I throw it in, and then it was probably like, you know, the stank of his hand, you know, that he smelled, and that's why he grabbed it first.
That's hella smart, bro.
It was some bullshit.
He probably wiped his man juice on his.
So yeah, well, we can workshop that. I mean, I'm sure I got a deck of cards here somewhere, or someone else can do that. Like I don't even.
Yeah, I
know.
think I have a deck of cards. Yeah, we can do a live and have like write everyone's name or whatever.
Like you could even do a live writing people's name. Like, all right, this.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, we can document that so everyone knows that that's on the up and up. You know, and then shuffle and then draw. We could do 32 to 1 or 1 to 32, however y'all want to do it.
And Stativelli said, let's see how my zero RB works with the 32 teams. I wonder what would a zero RB strategy consist of for a 32 team?
You have a running back spot, so it's going to be wise to have. I mean, I guess you would wait and be like Naeem Himes in the third round or something. You'd be like, hell yeah.
Hey,
what's the third round of 32? That's a lot.
But tell them about the quarterback situation, though. You can only have one quarterback on your roster at all times.
Yeah,
that's the key part right there, bro.
So it might even be if you know, this is how I envision it going, like 1 through probably like 18. These motherfuckers are inclined to grab quarterbacks, and once you start getting into that range of like, or maybe 1 through 24, right? Because then when you're on that range, getting close to, if you have the swing around pick, you got options. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at that point, I'd probably just take like Jefferson and Javante or something.
I mean, people can only have one
quarterback.
You can only have one. So
yeah, so you can't double back and steal one.
No, definitely. Even during your bye week too, though. So are you punting on your bye week?
No, everyone. That's where some of the luck is going to come in because we don't know who's going to have.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. The quarterback. Yeah. So my main point is the quarterback situation in this league is going to be the main focal point.
Yeah,
because
it's a super flex spot, right? It's not an actual quarterback spot.
Right. So, because whenever you have your bye, you're literally not going to be able to pick up a quarterback, so you got to run with another spot.
Facts.
And just imagine like some of those weeks where it's like 6 teams on bye.
No,
like
bro. And
6 teams are running without a QB that week.
You got to also think too, though, with the more players in the league, the talent pool is going to be slim. So your quarterback is probably going to be one of your most important players because your quarterback, is going to be one of the motherfuckers that can put up 40s and 50s if you get lucky. The other motherfuckers on your team, their slim chances of them going over 30 points in multiple weeks is not a lot, bro.
Imagine the 24 quarterbacks are ripped off the rip, right?
Man, if I'm in the top 24, I'm letting it be known right now. I'm going quarterback. Oh my! I'm not finna be stuck with no motherfucking at the end of at the bottom 32. You know,
Drew. The Seattle QB.
So even if I get the 32nd pick, man, fuck it. Give me motherfucking Mariota. Or, it don't matter.
Yeah, whoever's starting.
Fuck it.
The Judge Davis Mills.
Or if I'm 32, I get to go back to back. So I get one of the
fucking QB premium
tiers.
So.
Oh, how about this? Where does Deshaun Watson get drafted?
In this league or just in general?
In this league, because it's like you can only have one QB on your roster. So if you draft Deshaun Watson,
that motherfucker gonna be the number 1 wire pick.
I mean,
he's
and
gonna
then-
be the
now,
number
because I
one
mean,
wire
what's
pick.
gonna happen? I mean, everyone's gonna pick a QB, and you're gonna like be attached to like whatever that team QB situation is. Because if you have Watson and Watson doesn't play, then you're gonna know to pick up Brissett or whatever.
Yeah, because
You're gonna have to drop Watson though, so then there's no need for you to
Yeah.
even draft Watson, and that's why I said Watson
okay.
might be the number one waiver wire
point.
pick, unless a motherfucker just got a fire ass team. And
Right.
Well, yeah, that's the
banking
thing.
on
Just imagine
Watson.
if Watson you're one of those teams that takes Jefferson and Harris first and second or whatever, and then you punt on quarterback, and then you can get Watson on waivers. Holy fuck, your team goes from being just okay to fucking stacked.
And so the 32nd team will have the number one waiver wire pick too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or well, no. Well, that'll be the waiver, but it's all fab.
Oh, it's fab.
So yeah, so it's all bidding.
Okay, yeah. So that would come into play if people were zero bidding. And then
Well, if you bid the same amount, no matter what it is,
There you
that's when it comes into play.
Okay, gotcha.
The rolling waivers on that spot. Yeah, but it's gonna be wild. I'm excited. That one's gonna be crazy.
Right? The fantasy multiverse of madness.
Oh yeah. We got to see if we can get Peacock to get some kind of thing for Saturday for the mock.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll shoot him a text and see if he can squeeze it in. I mean, you know what I mean? So shout out to Peacock, man. He always kills it with the ill graphics.
That's
And
my
like,
guy right there, man.
I just want to say I appreciate my man's, bro, because you know what I mean. Like he'll do this shit at work. Even like yesterday, he jumped on the stream. He's at work, and it's like it's kind of cool to see people in their element. You know what I mean? Like he was just like, he's picking up phone calls, doing his things. Like doing video demos and whatnot. You know what I mean? And then between time, he gets to whip out these ill graphics for us. So man, shout out to our man Peacock.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get up out of here then, right?
I think. What's up?
It says get up out of here then, right?
Yeah, let's get the hell up out of here. Spencer, let him know what you got.
Yep.
Let him know what you got lined up.
Yeah, y'all. That's Spencer the Guru and bet.nola.com. We're doing our 32 team previews over there. Today was the Chiefs, and we got the Raiders tomorrow. It's AFC West week over there, so it's been lit diving in and seeing how these auto stack teams are going to end up for fantasy this year. So yeah, been a lot of fun with that, and yeah, then we'll have, of course, mock draft Monday popping off next week, and in the My Guys segments on Instagram. So yep, y'all check all that out. Appreciate it.
My girl's over here slapping. I'm like, turn that shit down, B. You know what I'm saying? Guccini.
Hey, you can catch me at Heart to Start Fantasy Podcast on Instagram, YouTube. You know what I mean? Not before we just fired up. Too long before that, the fucking co-host just left. And when we get off camera, I'm gonna show the fellas the shit that we've been playing with in the studio. So the shit's starting to come together. I'm trying to put together a fucking like an inaugural like type show for our first episode, just in case if we don't get no off-season content. You know what I mean? But also with the shit that I got, it allows us to go on the road and do podcasts. And so with our live draft coming up, we still trying to cook to see if we could do like a quick little something right before the draft. You know what I mean? On the location like type shit. To, even though we do a little, I think for the last couple of years we have draft footage on our channel where it shows, maybe like 20-30 minutes of our draft. You know what I mean? So if we're able to go on location with the shit, you know what I mean, and show motherfuckers how the house is and how the motherfuckers set up and shit like that, I think that'd be a nice little bit of content on top of the vlog that we gonna come like how I did last year from Miami, shit like that. So man, shit, we just we working, bro. We trying to get ready for the motherfucking season is coming, bro.
Well, y'all living it when it comes to that fan. Y'all take the fantasy to the next level. Where y'all going this year?
Well, we was hoping that it was going to be the Dominican Republic, but certain circumstances couldn't allow everybody to get there on time at the same time. And then with the COVID and the way they pushing flights back and shit like that, motherfuckers didn't want to risk getting stuck or shit like that. So we gonna do Arizona again. We did Arizona in 2019. That footage is on our motherfucking channel. Even though it was sloppy, because all our footage, is all off fucking off the iPhone, and I'm in charge for the footage, but you know what I mean. But the shit is on there on everything.
Hey, that shit is lit though. You know what I mean?
Oh my mama. So we gearing up for that, but we hoping to get at least a little bit of off-season content before the season do kick off, bro. 100%.
Love it. Huss, man, let them know we got all the hella shit. The spread joint. I mean, we gotta fill motherfuckers in because we try to fill all these joints up.
Yeah, we're doing an against the spread tournament. Me and Bogey and Guru's going to be in it, and we're going to have at least 100 other people in it as well. $54, that gets you all 18 weeks in this against the spread tournament. The number one team is going to come out with $2,000, and then we're going to figure out how many other places are going to get paid out as well. That's going to be super fun. We got a guillotine league starting. We still got some. I'm opening up another one because we had more people wanting to play than we had spots for. What?
Young Noble.
Nice.
Hey, we should put the thing on the cards and have Noble pick the cards, bro.
That's right.
Man.
You know what I mean?
For real.
Just all we do is flip them open. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah, and all these other leagues. We got some vampire leagues with some spots left. Some 3 QB leagues with some spots left. We're doing the Debo Snatch Your Chain League, and that's going to be a forced trade league. This one's going to be crazy. 12 teams every single week. Whoever wins, you get to force your opponent to make a trade back with you. So
does it have to be someone in the starting lineup though?
Yeah, it does. So it's got to be, if you do offensive starter, you got to send back an offensive starter. You do an IDP starter, you got to send back an IDP starter.
That shit's gangster. I'll be mad as fuck.
Hey, did you see how Debo rode into camp with the Debo flannel, and he had him mirrored on the back of the flannel, and he came in on the motherfucking
on the
beach cruiser on my
Yeah.
mouth.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
R.I.P. to Tiny. That was right after Tiny passed away.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, man. Well, shit. Outside of that, man, you know what I mean? Hey, it was fun the last 4 weeks taking everybody to school. You know what I mean? Got to see a lot of trends, and you know what I mean? And running backs is it was interesting to see that 2017 class is still mad relevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? But I will say, one thing I want to leave everybody off on when it comes to running backs, that hey, you get them young, you get them in, get them out. Especially for dynasty purposes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, life cycle short.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, shit, man. Playmakers, give me money. Hey.
Peace.
Hit him with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah, been around, peep the archives. Yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's hard time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about a chick, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, we living that. We make plays every day, yeah.